Hey everyone, it's me, Randy Liu. I'm here in Melbourne, Australia, and here for the Aussie Millions. Now, I wasn't really sure if I was going to come here until like a month or two before the tournament, but I wanted to kick things off pretty well in 2014. I was like, what the heck? I went to PCA, why not to go Aussie Millions after that? And one of the main concerns for me not coming here was just the long plane ride. It's like 15 hours from Los Angeles to Sydney, and then I transfer over, it's even longer. I went to Melbourne, a couple years ago, played the main event, got 10th place, so that was a nice score, but I haven't been back since. But one of the things that I guess that I really did like about Melbourne is that it's one of the most beautiful cities in the world. It's kind of like Vancouver, but in down under in Australia. Um, so maybe I can show you a little bit around and talk about how the tournament went. Day one, we started with 30,000 chips, and I was doing pretty decent. I was at a table where I wasn't playing with any really big names, so I felt very comfortable there, and I was happy to play a little bit, looser. There was one guy though who was just giving me so much trouble. He was just making a lot of hands, maybe outplaying me a little bit, but that's just one of the things in poker. Eventually, Selena Lynn, she got moved to my table too, but she was short stacked, so there wasn't too much things to worry about like from her, because she's just such a strong player. But when you got a short stack, you don't really have to worry too much. I ended the day with 66,000. I was all the way down to 14,000, but I made some good plays toward the end when the blinds went higher, and I felt pretty good about it. So day two was pretty fun. I got to play with Billy DeCroc the majority of the day. I did get a bust him, but that's not why it was fun. He's a fun, chatty guy. Really livens up the table. And if you're an online guy who doesn't get to play live that often, check it out, because he made the game fun in a different way. Not just the poker, but just funny stories and catchy stuff. So Billy's story was about this big live pro who came down to the Crown to play by the Aussie Millions, and pretty much this live pro, he's from America, and he goes, "Man, all you guys down here, you guys all sound like Joe Hashem." Now, I got to day three with about 120,000 chips, about 40 big lines, which was still pretty good. We were pretty close to the money. It was only like 20 to 30 people to start the day to get to the money. However, John Joando was at my table. He had position on me, and when you have a good pro out there that's pretty aggressive, it's pretty annoying for them to have position on you. And I really should have slowed down a little bit, because he did pick on me a little bit, and it was pretty tough to play back with my kind of stack size. Also did some marginal plays, like I called a really small shove with Jack 5 offsuit. I probably should have just mucked it, or not open at all, actually, to be honest. But I wasn't really paying attention to all the stack sizes. It's kind of one of the problems for online players in general. However, we were getting really close to the money. Like, I was probably like 3-4 off the money. A tight player opened in middle position. I was in late position of nines. Now, I didn't feel too good about it, but really, I'm not trying to min cash. It's not really my priority. My priority is to try and position myself to get to the final table, because the prize pool is so large. It's 1.6 million for first. Even if I get second, that's 1 million. But if I min cash, it's 15,000, which is pretty good still. But really, when I come out to these large tournaments, I'm trying to get that really large payout. It's like more life-changing money to me. I'm like practically on the bubble. There's a lot of guys waiting for people to bust. They only have like 2, 3, 4 big blinds or something. But I've decided nines is just too good to pass up. Even though I'm playing against a tight player's range. So I did choose a shove, and I did run into queens, which is unfortunate. And I really wanted the 9 to come, but it didn't work out. But you live and learn. I made some mistakes, but I think I'm going to adjust in the future. So all in all, playing the tournament, it's great. You can win big money, but it just this trip really reminded me that I really like what I do. I get to go out to play big tournaments. I get to play online as I please and try to win the big prize. But even if I don't, it's nice that I get to just kind of spend a little vacation time. I get to eat some good food, but I get to explore the city as well. And even if you're not doing anything crazy, it's nice as a poker player just to have that day off and just enjoy yourself, enjoy life, and relax. Kind of sad that I'm leaving. You know, I've always been here for 5 days. 3 days I was playing the tournament, and you know, the first day I was resting up. But today is a day off for me, and I'm glad that I got to share part of Melbourne, what I got to see. Next time, I'm definitely going to try to stay longer so I can actually explore a little bit farther than outside the casino. If you guys like it, let me know.